Alright guys, so I'm still getting my voice back after the first start video. I uncontrollably lost it. I got so excited. Now I'm paying the toll for it with my voice going in and out. So that's still not going to stop me from making progress. So in the last video you guys saw, we got this thing to start and it runs and it idles and it does all the things. Today the goal is to get it driving. Now I can't drive on the Evo wheels because the Evo wheels are not a hub-centric wheel. They're a wheel bolt, lug nut centric, I guess you could say, and the lug nuts that I have just don't work for these wheels. So shout out to Cody for letting me borrow his stock STI wheels while I wait for my tires to come in, so that way we can move this thing around, drive it, and do what we need to do. The registration is 2 years expired on it, so if I do drive it, I'm not going to leave the neighborhood, just for obvious reasons. But before we can even drive it, there's some things we got to do. So one of the fans is not kicking on when it's supposed to be. I think one of the relay wires that I put in for the fans came undone. Super easy fix. I just got to get back behind the glove box to fix that. We need to get the harnesses actually bolted in, so that way I have a way to secure myself into the seats in a somewhat safe manner. It's a lot safer than not having anything holding me in at all. I'm still on the hunt for a driver and passenger side seat belt that aren't blown up out of another car, so I'm keeping an eye out for those. On top of that, I need to get some more logs to review. So I have an updated log I'm about to load up onto the car. Josh and I have been going over the logs, getting them loaded up on there, so huge shout out to Josh as well. Next thing we need is a warm idle log. So I got him a couple cold start idle logs. Now we're onto the warm section of it. Once we have the warm section of the idle logs done, I can go drive the car around a little bit, assuming that's going to be today. So we're gonna find out. Now, because I lost my voice, I took yesterday off and I didn't really record anything, but I did get more progress done on this. It was mainly just bleeding the cooling system in here to make sure that we are all good on that. I still also need to bleed the power steering system while the car is doing its warm, after I get the warm idle log, because I don't want the power steering pump to affect anything. Then get the power steering system bled. I also need to get a new belt situation figured out because my belt that I have on there is starting to fray. It'll be fine for right this second, but long term we do need to get that corrected. So let's start things off. Let's give you guys a cold start. My voice is so fucked. Dude, it's so loud. It's so friggin' loud. I guess I'll say this right now. I'm sorry, neighbors, for what I'm about to do to you guys. This car's loud, you guys. It is the loudest thing. I forgot I have the fans and everything on right now. Can we connect? Why is it not connecting? Oh, it's right there. Duh. Yeah, it's fine. Save. Sure, save. Save my current map. It's probably not a bad idea. Let me go wiggle my oil pressure wiring. Let's get this thing started. We gotta get a warm idle log. Yeah, for some reason my oil pressure sensor wiring, I'm just gonna buy a pigtail. Like, I couldn't pin these wires good enough to actually get it going. And every time the oil pressure sensor doesn't read to the ECU, it puts the engine into engine protection mode, which is good, but it's kind of annoying. All right, I'm so sorry, neighbors. I'm genuinely so sorry. She's getting there. I'm so sorry. It'll quiet down, I promise. We definitely need mufflers on this thing. It's so goddamn loud. Let me let it warm up to get to an idling temp, and then once it calms down, I'll grab the camera again. I can't even hear myself think. Well, new problem. We're leaking coolant from somewhere. And I think it might be that hose right there. So I actually got to let this cool down before I can even do anything now. So this kind of sucks. I actually might just put the coolant funnel back on it for now just to help relieve pressure out of the system. Just to get these logs. I'm still going to have to let it cool down for a couple of minutes, but dear Lord, that thing's loud. Holy shit. Now, if you will observe, there's a small puddle of coolant under the car, Matthias.
Oh, yes.
That was from this clamp, or this hose. Or so I believe it was from this hose.
This hose ain't loyal.
I tightened it, so I don't think it'll pee coolant anymore, but it peed coolant, man. I'm gonna send it. You ready? Once again, I'm so sorry, neighbors. Matt, if you see it peeing coolant, let me know and I'll shut it off.
I'll wave my arm up.
I can't see that. So Matt and I don't want to die of carbon monoxide poisoning, so we're gonna see if the STI will move under its own power just out of the garage so I can let it idle. Matt, would you be so kind as to be my cameraman real quick?
I can do that.
He can do that. All right, quick jacks are pulled out. I'm honestly a little scared to try to pull it out, dude.
Yeah.
Because the car hasn't moved in a very long time.
Might be a little.
By itself.
Might be a little squeaky.
The proven concept works! I really gotta fix the power steering system though. It's like, the whole power steering system's like this right now.
Yeah.
Dude, it just moved under its own fucking power.
It looked good.
Did it?
Yeah.
Did it sound good?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let it idle for a little bit, get this log for Josh. Then we're gonna go swing up to the mod garage, go grab these wheels for this thing so we can actually go drive it later. So to answer the question, does she move under her own power? Yes. There's no reason she shouldn't have. I need to drain out some of the power steering fluid that's in the reservoir. I'll probably do that right now while Melanie's getting ready before we go grab these wheels. And then I'm gonna get this log sent over to Josh so that way he can review the hot idle log. We'll make some revisions, and then I think after this hot idle log, we'll be good to go try to test drive the car. Before we can even test drive the car, we need to go fix all those issues that I talked about. Bleeding the power steering system, double checking coolant leaks, cleaning up any crap that's still on top of the engine. I still don't have clamps for some of the intercooler piping, so we're obviously not gonna be getting into boost on the small little test drive around the neighborhood. A, I don't have tabs for the car. B, we don't wanna screw anything up. B, it's not, or C, it's just not ready. So let me email this log over. Let me pump some of this fluid out of the power steering system, and then let's go grab these wheels. All right, let's email a log over. I have nowhere to put the camera. Shit, hang on. All right, that log has been sent over. I need to go ahead and suck some of this power steering fluid out while the car is still hot because it's got a hot fill line and a cold fill line. Since the car's hot right now, we want to get it down to the hot fill line. So let me grab my little suction dude. Let's suck some of this out. Suction dude. Where is my suction dude? I can tell you because I'm making my way downtown. Walking fast, sucking out power steering fluid. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. And I need you. Do-do-do-do-do-do. And I miss you. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Is that the hot fill line or the cold fill? That's the hot mark. Cool, now we're good on power steering fluid. Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces grass, and I'm on like, and I need you. All right, now that this is situated, let me pull this thing back in the garage since we're headed out. Subaru's all tucked away, nice and cozy in the garage. We're kicking it in the GTI, the lady and I. Now, let's go grab these wheels and tires. So that way we can go try to drive this thing today, because that's the goal. That's the end goal, is try to drive this car today. All right, so we just went up there, picked up the wheels and tires, gonna get them on the car. Huge shout out to Cody again for letting us borrow these to toss on the car for the time being until we get our tires in for our wheels. Just ran up there, had a breakfast taco. If you don't know what a breakfast taco is, it's when you take a pancake, you put some bacon and some sausage in it, you fold it up like a taco, then you put a little bit of maple syrup on top, breakfast taco. So Let's get the quick jacks back under the car, get it up in the air, swap these wheels and tires on it, bleed the power steering system. We'll fix the fan thing. And then I think at that point we're like at a safe spot to where we can go test drive the car around the neighborhood a little bit. Matt also got a garage heater because I'm too cheap to buy one and I just suffer through the cold. Up you go, baby girl. Do these not clear? Stock Brembos?
What?
I can't turn the wheel.
Oh, that's a 6. They cleared the 6, which is out further.
They don't clear the fucking 4s?
No.
Fuck!
Or some spacers.
Do you have any?
No. Dude.
They'll fit the back.
Because those are for a 19 so that's a 6 spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which are out further. I'm surprised we don't have spacers for that somewhere.
I legit thought they cleared it. So I'll run to AutoZone in a little bit, or O'Reilly's or whatever one. I'll grab some like cheap, quick wheel spacers to be able to throw on here so we can drive the car. Come to find out, the stock 19 inches don't clear the front Brembos, which is weird. I kind of figured they would, but it's whatever. So now that we're starting to get things more situated with the car, there's still a handful of things left that I have to do. One of them being the fuel system. Even though I drained most of the old E85 out, there was still some residual in the tank. And if you guys know, E85 over time will start to it'll grab moisture out of the air and start to dilute the fuel with water. It can rust the tank, rust anything like that. Subarus have plastic tanks, however, I am still using some of the stock hard lines in the car for the return system. Now, because of that, I don't want any corrosion or inhibition or anything like that building in the fuel system. So once we actually get the car driving again, and it's road legal and we're good to go, next time I go to the fuel station, we are going to be throwing in some of this Techron fuel system cleaner. This is the complete fuel system cleaner. You guys know I run this stuff in all of my E85 cars, typically whenever I go in between fill-ups. I'll do like 3 or 4 tanks of E85, swap over to a tank of gasoline, and throw one of these in there whenever I use gasoline. That just helps with the deterioration of your fuel system. Like, even though you may have E85 safe components, it doesn't hurt to throw it in. It's not going to demolish your tune or make your car run like poop. I literally use these in all of the cars. You guys know we work with Chevron and Techron when it comes down to that kind of stuff. We've used it in Melanie's GTI. I'm going to be using it in the Evo. You guys have seen me use these in the 05 STI. So when the time comes, we're going to be throwing it in this car also, hopefully like a week at maximum. I'll link more information down in the description for you guys if you guys are interested in picking up some of this Techron complete fuel system cleaner, because it's good stuff, baby boy. Next up, bleed power steering system. So to do this, we got to keep the car in the air, pop this cap off. We're going to turn the steering wheel left, right, left, right, left, right, and try to get all the air out of the system we can. The pump should push a lot of it through. It's going to be loud. I'm going to try to do this rather quickly. It will self-bleed as you drive the car as well, but we want to get the power steering somewhat close. With this being an entire OEM power steering system, I'm not stressing it too much, so let's get to bleeding, baby. Alright, power steering system's bled for the most part. I got my computer. I'm going to log into the ECU real quick. I'm going to turn the fans on remotely just to see if one's not turning on due to a temperature thing, or if it's just not turning on due to a wiring thing. There was one loose wire in the brain box when I went through there, and I think that one of the relay wires actually got pulled out. I need to wipe this up because we don't want power steering fluid dripping onto our turbo blanket. That would not be good. So Let me go log into that thing real quick, see what the hell's going on. I really want to try to drive this today. It's starting to rain, so I'm trying to beat the rain. As much as I'd love to drive it, if it starts raining, I can't, mainly due to the giant hole in the headlight. I'm still waiting on my other headlights. They're on back order. I just got a set of Subi Speed Euro ones for the time being. So let's figure out this fan issue. Hey Matt, can you tell me if the fans turn on when I do this? All right, thermo fans, here we go. Is one of them on?
Yeah.
Which one, driver or passenger? Driver or passenger?
That is the passenger.
Okay. Let me change that, I'm gonna turn it off. Nothing?
No.
All right, looks like I'm digging into wiring. Gracias, mi amigo.
See.
Yeah, I think one of the relay wires popped off, so I'm gonna kill power to the car since I'm disconnecting the ECU. Check this relay and make sure. I know the connector up on the fan is good, so I did see that one loose wire in the brain box, so I think that might have been the relay wire for the fan, so let me fix that. I got the fan thing fixed. We are gonna verify that real quick. I need to get a new belt because that belt is just gonna demolish itself. I got the fan wiring fixed. It was just me being colorblind again with another brown wire. Got that corrected. I believe I fixed the fuel leak up here. It could be those AN fittings up in the corner. I don't know. I need to do another test start to verify that we are not leaking fuel before I go try to drive this thing. I still need to run to the store, pick up some just cheap wheel spacers to throw on here, but let's do another test start, make sure that we are not leaking fuel out of that fuel line right there. That's the only spot it was leaking fuel, which is honestly, if it's gonna leak fuel, the best spot to leak fuel from, but we don't want it to leak fuel, so let me start it. Let's do another verification. Matt, apologies in advance for gassing you out, dude. No more fuel leaks. Let's go get some wheel spacers and try to drive this thing before it gets dark. So much quieter than the STI, holy hell. Let's go get some wheel spacers. Actually, hold up. Let's go get some wheel spacers. Now to be honest, I don't quite know how much I trust these wheel spacers. They're not necessarily 5x114. They're not necessarily even 5x100. They're just 5 lug wheel spacers, but for today, they'll get the job done. I need to order some actual ones for my wheels anyways, so let's try to fit up the OEM STI wheels, well, the 19-inch OEM STI wheels, get these Evo wheels off, and let's go try to drive this thing real quick. It's not gonna be a long drive. It's just literally gonna be like a 45-second drive, but 5 lug my ass!
Is this a 5x?
Here, hold that right there.
That a 5x150?
What kind of fucking dickery is this? 5 lug? The other one was 4 lug and it literally had 4 holes.
Hold on, bud.
Oh, is that it? 5 lug my fucking ass, dude.
We're gonna get it.
Alright guys, well, wheel spacers don't fit. No one local has them in stock, so I need to return those ones from AutoZone. I just hopped on Amazon and I ordered 2 5mm 5x114.3 56mm 0.1 center bore wheel spacers, so we can test drive the car around the neighborhood a little bit. So in a couple days we'll do the first test drive. I tried today. I picked up. I didn't know the stock 19-inch wheels wouldn't clear the front Brembo, so if you didn't know, now you know. But still made a lot of good progress. Fixed the thermofan issue, fixed the fuel leak, got the power steering system bled, Picked up wheels to be able to drive the car around on for now until I get tires. A whole bunch of good stuff. Before we send the car to the dyno, there's a lot more that we need to do. There's a lot more stuff in the engine bay I need to clean up. We need to get our other intake manifold back. I need to add an oil cooler. We need to do a shakedown drive on the car to see what's going to go wrong, because I guarantee you things are going to go wrong. Ideally, I would like to add some mufflers to the exhaust because it is a little bit loud for my taste. Maybe a resonator as well, but we'll see. I want to see what it sounds like when it's not trapped in the garage on a cold start and loud as all hell. So, great progress. And yesterday I got the cooling system bled, a whole bunch of stuff. So that's all I got for you guys on this one. If you like the video, you know what to do. Go ahead and hit that like button, turn it black, blue, green, yellow, purple, silver, site, but go ahead and hit that like button, turn it blue, like our Subaru. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, you should be, because you skipped all the bullshit with this car. And with that, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, homies. Whoa! Dude, my voice is so... Whoa! Whoa! My voice is so fucked. Matt, woo for me.